Hello, welcome back everybody to Beyond the Cookbook. I know we've been away for a while. We've just been busy, so we're back now. This is our first video in quite a while. I know I've done a few short videos, but this is our first full-length video, if you will. So today I thought I'd bring to you pasta carbonara, and it's a simple dish. It's Italian, of course. Okay, so let's go over some of all of the ingredients that we're going to use. We're going to use 4 eggs. We're going to actually use 3 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. We're going to use pancetta, which is an Italian style bacon. And you can buy it cubed like this, or you can get it like this, and then just slice what you need. And this is what we're going to use today. You're going to need 2 kinds of cheese, Pecorino Romano and Parmesan cheese. And of course, for the pasta, you're going to need some nice thick Italian pasta. This is Bucatini. It actually has a hole in the middle, and I'll show you that once we get into it. And of course, salt and pepper. I already have water boiling, and I've salted that. Remember to salt it because that's going to be the only salt that you use for this dish. Okay, so this is the pancetta. There's a lot of it. This is like the belly of the pork. There's a lot of fat in there and some meat, and that's perfect. That's exactly what you need, because this dish has a lot of elements to it to make it creamy, and one of the elements is pork fat. So I'm going to cut about this much of it. Then I'm going to take the skin away. A little bit more here. And then I'm going to start slicing it and then dice it. So pancetta is a dish that comes together quite quickly, and it's technique more than anything else. So it's important to have all your ingredients prepped before you start. So I grated the cheese on a box grater, and you can also use a food processor to grate it. I wouldn't use the finer holes for the grating of the cheese, because it just makes it stringy and it won't melt properly, and it won't combine properly. So if you use the rough holes, the ones that stand out more, that's the ones that you should use. Okay, so I'm going to put the pancetta in the pot, and this is a cold pot. You don't want to shock this, so if you heat this pan, it'll shock and burn and crisp up the pancetta, and that's not what you want. You want to render the fat, because that's what you need. So we'll just turn it on, and then we'll go to medium, and we're just going to spread it out and keep an eye on it. Might have some bigger chunks, but that's okay. Okay, so while that's going, we're gonna start on the eggs, okay? So this dish uses raw eggs, and the process of cooking it with the cheese, and one ingredient that I did miss out on was the pasta water. So once you put the pasta in the water, that nice starchy water is what's gonna help you cook these eggs. But you have to do it in such a way that it doesn't scramble them. So you have to temper the eggs, so add a little bit of water at a time. And we'll show you that. But let's get our eggs going. So we need 3 whole eggs. These are nice yellow eggs. And then 1 egg yolk. So we'll try and separate it. Perfect, there we go. Perfect, now let me just wash my hands. So we'll scramble them, whisk them up a bit. Don't forget to keep an eye on your pancetta. You don't want it to burn. See how it's becoming a little bit translucent? Turn the heat down if you have to. Okay, so we're gonna add our cheese. So this is half a cup of grated Parmesan, half a cup of grated Pecorino Romano, and you just mix. And the color of those eggs is just beautiful, those egg yolks. Add a little bit of pepper. Okay, so now we just wait. We wait for our water to come to a boil, and then we're going to add some pasta water to this. So we got everything we need out of this. So I'm going to transfer it because I don't want it to crisp up anymore. And I'm actually going to turn off the heat because I don't want the oil to burn either. Water is almost ready. This is the Bucatini. I don't know if you can see the holes in the pasta. These are what's traditionally used for carbonara. You can use anything you like. You can use any thick pasta like a linguine. I think fettuccine is a little bit too broad and flat. But Bucatini is really what is used. Put it in. Don't break any. Just try to wiggle it in there. And I'll show you what I mean about starchy water. Like the water starts to get cloudy already. That's from all of the starch from the pasta. I don't know if you can see it. But that's such a good ingredient when making pasta, especially this kind. Okay, so it's been in here long enough that I can grab some water. So I'm gonna just grab a cup. There we go. And we'll save that, and we'll get more if we need it. Now we just wait for the pasta to cook. Okay, so you want this pasta to cook for the full time that the package direction says. Normally you would call it cook pasta, at least I would, until it's al dente. So the package direction says 8 minutes, so we're gonna cook it for the full 8 minutes. Normally with most pastas, you would finish the cooking in the pot with the sauce in it. But because we are making the sauce right at the time that the pasta is ready, we have to make sure that it is ready. There's not going to be extra cooking time. Okay, so remember I said that we're going to temper the eggs with pasta water. So what that's going to do is actually bring them up to temperature so that when we put the sauce in with the pasta, it's not going to shock it and cook the eggs. So very, very slowly, we're going to drizzle water, pasta water, hot pasta water, in 1/4 cup increments. We're going to do this carefully and slowly so that we don't cook or scramble the eggs. Just like that. I'm going to do it again, add another 1/4 cup. And just keep stirring, keep stirring. Scrape the sides. I've turned the pan back on. It's medium and the pasta is ready, so I am just going to scoop it into the pancetta oil, basically. And here it starts to sizzle. And that little extra pasta water is going to help too to develop the sauce. Okay, give it a stir. You don't want it to stick to the bottom, but it's nice to coat it all with that nice pancetta oil. So this is the scary part. So we're going to add this slowly into it, and we're going to stir as we do it. And I'm going to put it down and add some more water to it. See how it starts to curdle, but if you keep at it, alternate between water and egg, and just keep mixing. Just keep mixing. I think in total we use about a cup of pasta water. You can add more if you like, if you need to. Pasta water, and then I'm going to add the rest of the egg mixture. It tries to cook and scramble, but the more you mix it, the creamier it gets. So I'm adding more water. I got more from the pot. It's looking good. I'm going to add the pancetta and get that covered. There was a couple of touch and go moments here, but I think it's done. I think it's worked. Add a little bit more water. Now remember, your stove is on medium-low, and you just keep twisting. Just keep mixing until you get to the desired consistency that you want. So I'm going to turn the heat off. I added the rest of the eggs and a little bit more water, and I'm going to add a little bit more water. And I'm just going to keep stirring until I get what I want. Now I reserved a little bit of the cheese, so I do have more cheese to add to this if I want to. Look at how creamy that is right there. That's what you want. It's not a dry pasta sauce, it's a creamy pasta sauce. Everything is incorporated, everything is combined. The eggs didn't scramble. That's always the fear, is that the eggs are going to scramble. That's why you have to have everything ready so that you can just continue and do it quick. So here you have it, our first dish in a long, long time. It's pasta carbonara with eggs, cheese, bacon, and pasta. What could be better? It's like bacon and eggs with pasta. It's wonderful. So I hope you try this dish. I hope you saw that the technique and how it's a little bit difficult, but it's fun to do. It's an interesting dish to do with your family. And you get an arm workout, because I tell you, my arm is sore from turning and twisting so much. So see how creamy it is? It's so nice. And see how nice the noodles are cooked? Like they're pliable. They're not stiff. They're not as hard as the noodles would be if they were al dente. So we're gonna add a little bit more cheese, because you can never have enough cheese. And we're gonna try it. So let me see. it's a big spoonful. That's so good. You're gonna love this. Give it a shot. Make it with your family. Try it on, we usually have a pasta night. Try it on pasta night. You're gonna love this dish. It is so good. And it's well seasoned. The only salt that we used was the salt for the pasta water, and the rest of the salt comes from the pancetta and the 2 cheeses. You can add as much pepper as you want, but I don't think it needs anything else. So much for watching this video. I hope to see you again, and like and subscribe.